Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're a MacBook Pro user or you've been thinking about getting one, you're going to want to pay very close attention to today's video. Because by 2026, or even into 2027, Apple is reportedly unleashing a MacBook Pro redesign so significant, it might just redefine what a laptop can be. We're talking OLED displays, a whole new chassis, and features that have been on our wish list for years. Let's dive into all the insane leaks and rumors right now. First things first, let's talk about where we are. Our current MacBook Pro design, which many of us love, was first introduced way back in late 2021 with the M1 Pro and M1 Max chips. That's almost 5 years ago. And while it brought back beloved ports and was a fantastic upgrade at the time, let's be honest, it's starting to show its age. Especially when you look at the competition. Many Windows laptops in the professional space have already moved on to cutting-edge OLED displays. Apple is playing catch-up, and these leaks suggest they're about to do it in a big way. The biggest, most exciting rumor, the star of the show, is the OLED display. Yes, you heard that right. The MacBook Pro is finally ditching mini LED for organic light-emitting diodes. Leaks indicate it will use the same Tandem OLED technology we've seen implemented in the latest M4 iPad Pros. Now, for those unfamiliar, Tandem OLED isn't just any OLED. It essentially stacks two OLED panels on top of each other. This results in incredibly high brightness, exceptional durability, and even better power efficiency. On mobile devices, this is arguably the best display technology available. We're talking true blacks, infinite contrast, and colors that pop like never before. And yes, it's almost a given that we'll retain the buttery smooth 120Hz ProMotion refresh rate. For video editors, photographers, and graphic designers, this is a monumental upgrade that will make your work truly shine. Now, this next one is going to be divisive, and it might just make a certain visionary Apple co-founder roll over in his grave. We're hearing strong rumors about a touchscreen display coming to the MacBook Pro. Yes, a touchscreen MacBook. This will be a first for Apple's laptop line, directly contradicting Steve Jobs' famous stance that tablets are for touch and laptops are for a mouse and keyboard. The big questions are, how will this be implemented into macOS? Will it feel natural? And perhaps the most practical concern, how quickly will that beautiful screen get covered in grubby fingerprints? People use iPads with their fingers all the time, but a laptop is a different beast. We'll have to wait and see how Apple integrates this. But it's a massive philosophical shift that could open up entirely new ways to interact with our Macs. Beyond the display, the entire physical design is getting a refresh. Expect a thinner and lighter chassis. Think of a thickness that splits the difference between the current MacBook Air and the current MacBook Pro. Now, I know what many of you are thinking. Thinner? What about thermals? What about battery life? And those are valid concerns. But here's where Apple's engineering prowess is expected to come in. Leaks suggest a complete redesign of the internal thermal management system. We could see the introduction of vapor chamber technology, similar to what's now found in iPhones, to more efficiently dissipate heat. Expect brand new fan designs as well. As for battery life, Apple silicon chips are constantly becoming more power efficient. Even with a thinner design, the expectation is that battery life will either match or even exceed current M5 Pro/Max models. So, a thinner design doesn't necessarily mean a compromise on performance or endurance. This next feature could be a game changer for anyone who works on the go, built-in cellular connectivity. We're hearing that for the first time, the MacBook Pro could include a communication chip, like an N1 or N2 chip or AC1X/C2 chip, allowing for eSIM support. This means you could have your MacBook Pro connected to the internet anywhere without needing to tether to your iPhone or hunt for Wi-Fi. Imagine stepping out of a coffee shop and your MacBook stays connected without a hitch. This would bring the MacBook Pro into a similar connectivity league as the iPad Pro, truly making it a go-anywhere professional device. Let's talk about the smaller, yet still significant, design refinements. In terms of ports, don't expect radical changes. We'll likely retain the essential suite. 3 Thunderbolt 5 or even 6 by then. USB-C ports, HDMI, and the beloved SD card reader. The headphone jack isn't going anywhere either. The trackpad might get slightly larger on both 14-inch and 16-inch models, and the keyboard design will likely see some enhancements, but Touch ID should remain integrated. But perhaps the most aesthetically pleasing change for many will be the disappearance of the notch. That controversial little cutout introduced with the M1 Pro/Max models, which never got Face ID, finally looks like it's on its way out. In its place, leaks suggest a more refined dynamic island-style punch-hole camera design. It won't be as large as on the iPhone, but a small pill-shaped cutout that dynamically displays notifications and alerts. The camera itself is rumored to be upgraded to an 18-megapixel sensor, similar to what we might see in future iPhones, bringing center stage and vastly improved video call quality to the MacBook Pro. So, the million-dollar question: when can you actually get your hands on this futuristic MacBook Pro? This is where the timeline gets a little fuzzy. Currently, the M5 Pro and M5 Max MacBook Pros are scheduled for a spring 2026 release. For Apple to release a completely redesigned MacBook Pro just a few months later in the fall of 2026 seems highly unlikely. It's just not their usual product cadence for such a major overhaul. Therefore, the most logical prediction, backed by several sources, is that this OLED MacBook Pro with a radical new design will likely launch in spring 2027. If the M5 generation were to come out earlier, say late 2025, then 2026 would make more sense for the OLED model. But with the current projections, 2027 seems like the more realistic timeframe. Alright, so that's a comprehensive look at the leaks and rumors surrounding the next-generation OLED MacBook Pro. A thinner design, a stunning OLED display, a touchscreen, cellular connectivity, and goodbye to the notch. This sounds like the most significant MacBook Pro update in years. What are your thoughts? Are you excited for these changes? Will you be upgrading when it finally arrives? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button, subscribe for more Apple news, reviews, and comparisons, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next upload.